is Sandy with Automated Clinical Guidelines. We're going to take a look today at our new lead toxicity form, now available on our site under our Home's Logic modules. It resides at T56.0, so we'll go to that section and pull the form up. And here it is, lead toxicity. This falls under, as I said, ICD-10 CM code T56.0, toxic effects of lead. Also here you'll see the social determinants of health, the Z code section. These help with the overall, extended what's going on around the patient in their environment and in their social lives. With any of our forms, you have a primary or secondary diagnosis choice. We'll say primary here. Initial encounter. Then we have our history section, and this is broken down adults, children, clinical manifestations, and etc. We'll choose adults here. A great deal of information involving lead exposure and its effects in order to focus on your particular patient's findings. We also have an excellent children's section, which is based on the latest data coming in on the effects of lead on children, which are quite different from adults. And the clinical manifestations, history of exposure sources, food versus hobby versus home, occupational water sources. And then the actual findings with a particular patient. You can put any, as always with our forms, you can put any of your findings, unique findings here. You can type these in as text. Physical examination considerations. You can check one or more depending on the findings in your particular patient. Cardiovascular, GI, hematologic, musculoskeletal, renal, other non-listed findings. You can once again use the free text comment box found here. Then a large and very interesting general information section about lead through history, current etiology, chronic versus acute toxicity, occupational exposures, broken down by various occupations. Quite interesting here, battery manufacturing, bridge painting, electronic waste recycling, firing range instructors, quite interesting there. Epidemiology, very interesting here. 535,000 children between the ages of 1 and 5 have an elevated blood level concentration. That's within the U.S. Prevalence of rates for children under 1, pathophysiology, just a wealth of information here. The essential workup, complications that may be found. Differential diagnosis section, once again, takes you through the whole list of differential diagnoses. Gives you an option for diagnosis, the use of cranial CT, long bone studies, plain radiographs, then diagnostic laboratory studies. Very interesting here. Blood lab test or blood lead testing in refugee children, and the expectations and recommendations there. Once again, a free comment section for any text you want to enter about this particular patient. A treatment section based on your treatment for that day's visit. Takes you through any pre-hospital emergency department management, stabilization, treatment in the emergency department, medications, and their dosages and routes of administration, considerations during pregnancy, and once again, a free text section here for any individual comments not found in the list above. Important considerations. This one I found particularly interesting. Do not give the lead level test if your patient has a peanut allergy. Team outcomes, enhancements, the list there. And then, as always, with all of our forms, the scientific basis of treatment and bibliography with the latest articles and findings there. And once again, at the end, an overall final comment free text button there, our text entry zone there. Once you've finished and filled this out for a particular patient, as with all our forms, you can review your transcript. Here is the error finding. It doesn't like our ICD-10 coding, so we would go back up to that section. It would take you using the highlights, and we see that we need to extend the ICD-10 code out a little further to reach the end there. Let's see if that clears our error. Oh, we still have. Oh, we added in the child. We were doing an adult. Okay. Yep. So we'll just take the child off. We'll take this history of exposure out. And let's see. Oh, we've got a problem here. Clear these out. Oh, it likes that fine. See if we got everything else cleared. Oops, here's another one. Oh, it's a child thing. We'll pull that out. We didn't need these. Yeah, looks like we've gotten it. Oh, we're still missing some. Ambulatory treatment. Okay. Oh, there it is. And there, we finally cleared the error, so now it's going to give us an output report. And you see everything lined up here, your ICD-10 codes, out to the level specified. And there's your entire report. At this point, You could ramp it into your EMR with an appropriate API, or simply copy and paste that into a text section of your medical record. And that's it. Thank you.